learners, I'm Christy Stratus, and it is now the end of week 2 of NaNoWriMo, so that's a really big deal, and even if you're not all the way up to your word count that you hoped to be at, there's still lots of time to make up for that. I have another tip for you today. This I tried this past week, and it worked out very well for me. It was something I didn't mean to try, actually. I just happened to be somewhere and I wanted to write, and I didn't have my regular notebook, so I carry a smaller notebook with me, and it ended up giving me a really good idea. So you know how sometimes you look at a blank page and it can feel like some people get really intimidated by that? Even if you don't get intimidated by a blank page, sometimes when you are writing on this page, if it's really long, like if you have a notebook like this, where it's regular size, 8.5 by 11 or 8 by 11 or something, it can just feel really intimidating. You're going along and you've already done, half of the page, and you just feel like you haven't really gotten that far. I find that sometimes, and I feel a little bit frustrated by it. So the notebook that I usually use, my classic Dark Victoriana collection notebook, has smaller pages, as do most journals, and this helps a lot to begin with because, when I write, it takes up more room, of course, and it moves faster, and I feel like I'm really getting somewhere. Even if I don't have more than, 500 words, it feels like I've done a lot, which helps me move forward a little bit more, and it inspires me. But when I was without my notebook that I needed, I used this really teeny tiny one. I used this one, and actually it ended up really helping me because I had no ideas. I felt like, oh, okay, I really need to write at this moment, but I have no idea what I'm going to write, really. I just have the first sentence, maybe. So I started writing in this, and it was so small that when I'd written a page, even though that isn't that much, I felt like, ooh, I'm really making progress, and I kept going, and I kept going, and I kept going, and I ended up filling up a bunch of pages of the notebook. It really encouraged me in a way I didn't really think of before. Just, maybe if you're feeling not really confident about what you're writing, or if you're not 100% sure what you're going to write, or you want to write but you don't feel like you're going to get that far, try using a smaller notebook. That will make you feel like you've written maybe even more than you have because of the small size of the pages, and it might encourage you to keep going like it did for me, and I ended up expanding on a scene that I really couldn't think of anything for. I really hope that that helps you. It's kind of like a trick for your mind. Give it a shot, try it out, and if it works out, let me know below, and if it doesn't work out, let me know also. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in week 3.